Boy, we sure could use some monsoon storms, and it is almost here. It officially starts the 15th. Usually, July is when it kicks in. Meteorologist Kim Quintero is joining us live with some ways you can prepare, because the monsoon is fun and great until like a palm tree lands on your house.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I know last year was kind of a dud when it came to our monsoon, but we know we don't need thunderstorms to actually get the wind. It's been very windy this year. In fact, one of the windiest years on record. And when that happens, loose items in your yard can go airborne. So joining me this morning is Kathleen Mascarenas with SRP. And we don't want these items to end up in our power lines, correct?
Absolutely. It causes a lot of havoc for our system. We don't want outages in your neighborhood, right? If you can do something to prevent outages in your neighborhood, it's a good day. And our line workers definitely appreciate that. So we have a display for you to kind of show you common household backyard items and even things inside your home that you can secure, like Mylar balloons. Don't let those things go, because if they fly into our power lines, it's a mess for everyone.
This happens kind of often, right?
Yeah, we got the statistics from our line workers, and they say 2 times a month, these Mylar balloons, which are beautiful and fun, people let them go, they fly into our power lines, and they can cause fires. That's obviously worst case scenario, and they can cause outages, which take a few hours to repair. So again, it's just about prevention. No one wants to be out of power. That's not something we want for our customers either.
When you're getting ready to dispose of these balloons, what should you be doing?
Yeah, so we have this display for you as well. So the ideal thing to do with Mylar balloons is to take all the helium out of it, deflate them, and you can reuse these things. So it's always good to recycle things. You can re-air them, or you can simply obviously throw them in the trash as well. Just make sure that they don't float up into the air. So deflate those things.
And then a lot of us will use these for events, but also our own little backyard parties, these pop-up tents. How are these a hazard?
So they are a hazard as well, because again, when that wind gust comes, they are airborne, they fly into the power lines. So you can have a simple solution by adding those sandbags. You can pick them up you can have them sent to your home on Amazon, fill them with sand, go to Home Depot. It's very cheap to get those things, secure them, or simply take them down and then put them inside the home during the storm. And then you have that solution there as well. Now bigger things like a giant trampoline, obviously that's something you can't move into your home or anything like that. So same thing, you see the sandbags, securing them at the bottom. Very important. We have, photos and situations where full trampolines fly into our power lines as well.
And then these chairs as well. Again, This isn't something that you can easily put into your house, but you can fold it up and maybe put it in your garage?
Absolutely. So with these, they're pretty light. I just fold them up and I just kind of walk into the patio and just take them in the backyard through the storm as well.
All right, so Kathleen's going to be hanging out with us throughout this morning. Coming up at 6:30, we'll show you some other backyard objects that, again, could potentially pose a risk for a power outage if they go airborne. And we want to remind you, our monsoon special airs Tuesday at 5:30 p.m.
We are just days away from the start of monsoon season. Kim joins us now with more on what you need to know before the storms arrive.
Good morning to you, April. Yes, the official start to monsoon 2021 is Tuesday. And we know last year was kind of a dud when it came to the monsoon, but we also know we don't need thunderstorms to have the winds. We've had the winds all year long, and the winds can pose a big problem. Joining me this morning is Kathleen Mascarenas with SRP. Power outages are what we're concerned about when it comes to the wind. Why is that?
Absolutely. So we all have things in our backyard that we obviously need as essentials here in Arizona. Things like pop-up tents that are right above us that offer that tremendous shade that we need. However, when the wind gusts hit, like you talked about, these things can fly into our power lines. The metal mixed with our power lines, definitely a bad combination. You can definitely secure them with weights like you see there, the sandbags, and you can get those sandbags pretty easily on Amazon and also at like Home Depot or any hardware store. They're pretty inexpensive, and they also help to secure and tether down items like these pop-up tents. You can also just take them down and stick them in the garage during a storm as well.
We're throwing parties, these balloons, if they catch up with a wind gust, they can head into the power lines. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I think a lot of folks, there is more education, obviously, and thank you for doing the education this morning, but these Mylar balloons are very popular. They're beautiful. They help us celebrate, but they have metal in them. And that, again, that metal mixed with our power lines, it's a very dangerous combination, can spark fires. So oftentimes people just let them go into the air. That's a huge no-no for us, and it makes our line workers really tremble, because if they go into the power lines, they can definitely cause fires and outages, which affects your neighborhood, affects your community for a few hours.
And then very quickly, we're getting a wrap, but even these small little ornaments, say like those flamingos, those can go airborne with a wind gust as well.
Absolutely. So with those things, what I do is I just bring them inside the house. They have metal in them. So anything with metal you want to secure or bring into your house during the storm season.
All right, so we're going to get you ready for all things monsoon with our monsoon special. That's going to air Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. You won't want to miss that. Now we want to send it over to Gina. We do cover how to drive if a dust storm does roll through your neighborhood or roll through on the freeways, and that's always a big concern as well during the monsoon, Gina.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You got to pull over, turn your lights off, turn the engine off, so nobody thinks that they're going to be following right behind you if they see their lights.